And good morning, folks, and welcome to my morning car rant. And thank you, Aaron Leidecker, for doing a superb professional job last night at Jake and Johnny's Lounge. And Jake, the owner, was there the entire night. Got to see what a wonderful job we do at the Comedy Factory, John Parada and myself. And Jake wishes John Parada well during his upcoming surgery to fix just a little hiccup in his life, I'm sure. I'm sure he's got many here in the factory, including myself, to carry the torch for him while he recovers. It'll be a short one at that. So thank you so much for everyone who came out last night. Thank you so much for all the comedians who support John Parada's open mic. I really, really, really do appreciate all your support. From the bottom of our hearts, John Parada and myself always, and the team always appreciates your support. On Sunday, we will have our comedy show at the Pub on Park. It is
red light camera reported.
Come by and take in beautiful comedy. It's not an open mic; it's a show put together. And John Parada works really hard to put his best people forward, and even some new ones to come up and try their skills in making people laugh at the Pub on Park. That'll be Sunday. We do accept walk-ins. We have some tickets available. And if you want something to laugh about instead of cry about politically every day, I think the thing that will help make you laugh is comedy. And we always put together a real good show. And at the Pub on Park, it's only $20 a head. You buy your own food, and it's reasonable, and it's excellent. And your drinks are just superb in price. You can't go wrong. So think about it, folks. We got a holiday weekend. And the Pub on Park Sunday is certainly a place that you can enjoy comedy with its best comedians. That's what we do at the Comedy Factory. So good morning, folks. It's always my pleasure. Cousin Steve, good morning. It's always my pleasure to join you every day. I guess the big buzz for the day will be Kamala Harris's prepared love fest at CNN with Dana Trash, pretending to be a journalist, looking so deep in her thoughts and questions. Dana throws out a question, but it's always about the follow-up, folks. And if you don't have a follow-up, and you only get like about a 17-minute interview, you got her sidekick there, Tampon Tim, holding her hand, and questions were never answered directly, and like I said, not even a follow-up. The question that in the short interview that just surprises me over and over again is like, you were in power, basically. Why didn't you change? Why don't you go ahead and change things? Or why can't you? She avoided that question and just tried to talk about, their accolades and danced around it. If Dana Trash was a good interviewer or journalist, as she claims to be, the follow-up question would have been very simple. That all sounds nice, Kamala, but you didn't answer my question. Let's take, for instance, you want to give no tax on tips. Why just don't you do that now? You're in office, you're in power. And when she doesn't answer the question, well, Dana Trash could, again, go back and say, no, you're still not answering my question, and I like to move forward with this interview. But the only way we're going to move forward, Kamala, is if we take one question at a time and we get a direct, honest answer from you. Now, a good journalist, and me, if I was in that position, that's how I would ask questions. I won't allow anybody to go to the next subject or the next question unless we swallowed the food we've chewed already, okay? Can't keep shoving food in your mouth if you're not going to swallow it. And with, Kamala has swallowed a lot of other things, but unfortunately could not handle an interview on a presidential level. Now, like I said, what I've seen, not impressed, is the journalists, the liberal Democrats, they feel as though they got their moment. I don't think in the long run this is going to flush out well for Kamala Harris. The real days are coming. She's trying to change rules and add things to her list. She knows she's not capable. This is a woman that's really afraid to do what she's doing, but wants all the accolades. Wants to be in the history books. Don't care about you, your economy. She don't even care if she would be rated the worst president ever the United States have ever had. She doesn't care. She doesn't care if mayhem breaks out in the streets, because if it does, it's a plus for her. Because all she has to do is declare martial law and everybody's under her rule for as long as she wants. And at that time, liberal Democrat controlled Congress, Senate, President, and all that would certainly put her into place or into power forever. And we would have a kingdom as opposed to a republic, which we certainly need to have. So, again, looking at the interview, if you're a liberal looking for a talking point, if you're a liberal looking for an answer to somebody who's been in your face and saying, how come she doesn't do an interview? Well, you've got your moment where you could turn around and say, oh, she did an interview. In other words, just to cover your ass. Basically, that's all it was. It was to cover your ass, and we got the liberal media on our side to give you a talking point so we can move forward with further lies and further everything. This is a woman who said she hasn't changed her policies ever. Her personal constitution. She said she's against fracking. She said it. It's on tape. She said it many times. Now, if you live in Pennsylvania and you're voting for her, you're voting for a Democrat, and you lose your jobs, my hope is you go homeless and your family is on the streets living off the food and rats on the street. I do hope it. If this is what you want to commit, financial suicide with your family, my hopes are that you suffer your vote. I really do. I'm not going to sit here and feel bad for you, and I'm certainly not going to bail you out. If you want to put your family in harm's way, you want to kill your state, this is what you want to do, well, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to toss you a rope. I'm not going to save your life. I'm not going to give you CPR. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to step over your hopeless body and watch you rot in the streets where you certainly belong. I'm the guy who knows what to believe, and I know when I'm being lied to. Now, if you can't figure that out and you're stuck with Orange Man bad, well then, look, because of your stupid votes and decisions and beliefs, you have a high economy right now. An economy struggling. You're paying high prices for food. You're seeing people killed in the streets. Your open borders are bringing gangs and killings and rapes in our country. You caused it, and you want me to trust you with more decisions? If I had my way, you would never be allowed to vote. That's right. Because you're the person riding around in the getaway car. You'd be in jail if you helped to aid in a bank robbery or a murder. And that's what you're doing. I'm calling you out on it. If you're going to be that stupid in Pennsylvania or any swing state for that matter, and you suffer a higher loss in your economy in a world war and nuclear war, look at Iran. They're at 60% uranium richness. They're only a few more. You're going to hit 90. They're not far from 90. And then you're going to see nuclear bombs going off in cities and towns and states and Israel and all that stuff. You're going to see it. Because why? You have a government such as the one that's been running our country right along, including Harris, that's her, that sees to it that's going to bring you more of that. I'm sorry. That is what you're doing. And you know what? I am going to point my fingers in your face. And when you come knocking at my door for help, I'm just going to slam the door back in your face. I really am. I mean, I'm a forgiving man to an extent. But when you put my family at risk, you put my livelihood at risk, then I'm coming after you by simply slamming the door in your face. If you want to harm yourself only and it doesn't have any effect on me, maybe I consider helping you to make, but when you're out to harm me, my family, when you're out to come after me and my family, oh no, you become the enemy. You become the terrorist. You become the person that's trying to break into my house and harm me. Sorry, I'm not going to accept that. No, I'm not. So I'm going to slam the door in your face, and I'm going to send you packing, and you can go eat rats on the street. You can. And maybe shoot up with a couple of syringes and call it a day as you get high and melt your troubles away as to why you fucked up your life. Right? You know, I'm being honest with you. Now, if you walk away and think that interview was spot on, you got a mental problem and you got a serious flaw in your personality. Any sane, normal person who looked at that prepared, edited interview and walked away and said, wow, this is a real knock it out of the park moment for Camilla. If you're in that ballpark, yeah, you're that stupid person. And I'd love to have that conversation with you as to how's your life going right now? You got money put away? You financially set? Did you make the right decisions even in your love life? How's things going in your life? And I bet you if I could sit down and break it down for you, I could point out to you that you really fucked up. And you're continuing to fuck up and you want to drag me into your disgusting failed hole. I'm sorry. I worked too hard to be successful. Not a millionaire, but I worked too hard to be successful, and I certainly don't want to be dragged into the same rat hole with you. I have no desire to. And please do not bring me into your world. Your world is a disgusting world, and don't put me there. I don't want to be there. So, the interview was bad. You all now have a little talking point for yourself to get you through the weekend. I'm sorry, folks. I'm really sorry. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything with you. I'm not here to put bunny rabbits and little kittens all over things and say how sweet and nice everything is. It isn't. We got a media that's out to destroy this country with the power they've been given by freedom of the press. It's no longer being the watchdog for us that we can trust that'll expose bad behavior. It's one that embraces bad behavior and wants more of it and is aiding and abetting with political contributions by sticking up for the Democrat Party and allowing them to pass lies and pushing it in your face because they know you're really uninformed and stupid. You know, short little school bus people. That's who you are. And quite frankly, I don't want any part of it. And don't drag me into your life, okay? I thought I made myself clear. And I don't need to go any further than that now, do I? I can remind you about artistrybysteve.com, and thank you, GoDaddy, for all you do. I can remind you that. Go visit my website. You certainly will enjoy my artwork. artistrybysteve.com, and you can also partake in saving and making some money. What upside? Use my promo code 6MMJUU. Please use that promo code and enjoy making money for pumping gas. And get a promo, get a bonus money on your first fill up. Enjoy going out and eat and get to-go food, and also enjoy shopping and making some money. I do $100 a month on this. Others do better. You can do it. All you have to do is download an app that will never charge you, never even give you fees when you transfer the money you make into your bank book or debit account or PayPal or even Amazon or whatever gift cards you choose. It's there. I only point it out to you folks because people believe in what I do here. And so I pass these benefits off to you. All right, Carl? We need to stay together. I always appreciate it when you share and like my videos. I'm going to have to remember to each time I end one of these videos to make sure the public can participate in commenting. I don't know why it defaults to, only certain people. So I have to remind myself to turn these into, even though it goes out public, comments don't go out public. So I'll fix that. I'll try to make a note going forward for you people who listen to this rant that I wish there was a way to keep it default to public and comment. But anyway, it can't. Thank you so much. If you believe in the interview, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your unintelligent self to be so gullible. You have a right to be gullible and unintelligent, and I wish you luck with that. But then again, take a self-evaluation and find out how successful you are in your life who makes bad decisions. And when you come up with a negative, maybe you ought to change the way you conduct your life. Maybe you ought to try to be smarter. Maybe you ought to try to care for your country and other fellow countrymen in your religion and become one with your God. Until such time, if you're not going to be that type of person that's going to put it all together and change things, well, then you deserve what you get. And then when I see you on the streets, I will stand over your lifeless body and I'll walk away. You have a nice day, folks.